Wednesday to you. Hey, so we have made it to session 3 of the estate planning storytelling series. And while I absolutely want to stay on track with using the resource that I originally started with, I'm going to pivot a little bit today, and we're going to use celebrity story. So we are going to, do you guys remember Gary Coleman? Yeah, so we are going to refer to a story that references his estate failure. So I'm going to do my best to get this story right, and then there in the comments is going to be a link to the reference story that I am using if you're on the Facebook Live, and if you're looking from the YouTube, then you can look in the description and I'll throw the link in there. All right. If it's not in there like right away on Facebook Live, it'll be there a little bit later on today. Okay. So ultimately, from what I understand, Gary Coleman married a woman by the name of Shannon Price, and he and Shannon Price eventually had gotten divorced. Now, he had already had some legal issues with the money that he had made as a child, and how his parents had spent those funds on his behalf while they were in trust for him, and he'd won that. So, he had a decent amount of resources, right, to be marketable. And so, but from the childhood show, not from any additional, he wasn't earning any additional revenue from his skills as an actor. So he marries Shannon Price, and then they get divorced, but they stay in the same house. They stay under the same roof. Now, I know stories of at least 2 couples who do that now. So they're under the same roof, but per the estate plan that he had in place, the divorce nullified all of Shannon's interest and all of her authority in his estate. So when he had the accident that left him with some form of a hemorrhage that he never recovered from, and while under the hospital's care, from the way this article talks, Shannon was not supposed to have been able to go in and basically instruct the hospital to not prolong life. According to this article, Gary Coleman had documented in his, I want to say it's like a medical directive or medical power of attorney, that they were supposed to do everything that they could to keep him alive. Somehow, some way, now read the article, it's basically saying, hey, despite that, Shannon goes in and she gives her word, and the hospital, ex-wife, the hospital follows her directive, which apparently should not have been followed, but should not have been followed, number one, because she was the ex-wife, she no longer had authority, but number 2, according to the article, his medical directive literally said prolong my life. But Shannon was able to successfully have his life ended. Okay, take him off of all of the life support machinery that the hospital had him on. And she didn't get to walk away with the estate, right? So, not necessarily in Shannon's defense, but guys, look, it's very important, and the moral of this here lesson, honestly, the moral of the lesson, okay, let me stick with the moral of the lesson, then I'm going to tell you what I really feel. The moral of the lesson here, I'm going to read it straight from the article, but please do, it's a short article, is the lesson don't wait. If things change, make sure you take the time to update your estate plan. If you have to do so by using pre-printed forms and a holographic will to get it done before you have the time or money to see an attorney, do it. So basically, there was some handwritten amendments on his will, assuming those were Gary's amendments, right? But it says, don't wait to make changes. When things in your life change, you have to change things. Now, Shannon could have simplified this whole thing and had a life insurance policy on Gary, assuming he was insurable, with herself as the beneficiary, and covered her behind if money was what she was after, right? If that's what she was kind of staying in it for. But They chose the complexity of an estate plan. She stayed with that. She almost got favored. Did not get favored monetarily, but his life was ended at her instruction. So take a look at the article and recognize that medical directives, wills, living trusts, beneficiary arrangements. Hey, when things change in your life, you need to update those things right away. You don't delay, because you again, do not get to schedule an appointment for an unexpected medical condition that takes you out, where your mental capacity is shattered, even temporarily. You don't have control over, nor do you get to set an appointment for death. Well, at least most of us don't. All right, so that was a quick one. Thank you guys for your attention today. Until next week, check out the article. Feel free to contact me with any questions and or concerns that you may have. Have a wonderful week. Of course, I'll be back on tomorrow with the annuity storytelling story. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.